So I thought for today's video I would do in the car rather than walk. So
at the next stop sign, turn right. At the stop sign, turn right onto Valley Street.
Yeah, American accent, satellite navigation. So yeah, I thought I'd do it in the car today, as I've just got to go to my local Walmart, which is equivalent of, say, Tesco's or El Campo or something like that in Spain and the UK. So yeah, I thought I would another couple of differences that I thought about between the UK and the United States. A big one is how we do taxes. And when I mean taxes, I don't mean the taxes as in the vehicles like Uber and things like that. I mean taxes as in filing your taxes from your income. So Americans have to have this massively complicated process of doing a tax return every single year, and is massively complicated. It has to be done by February, I think, for the previous year, and everybody who works here has to do it, and it's an absolute nightmare, and hardly anybody can do it themselves, so they have to pay someone hundreds of dollars to do it. None of this happens for regular employees in the UK. You only have to do a tax return if you're self-employed, run your own business, or do extra stuff on the side or things like that. But for regular employees, right? For regular employees, yeah, for regular employees in the UK, you don't fill out any forms ever. Your tax, exactly how it should be, is exactly calculated on your monthly salary and deducted from your monthly salary for you. The exact amount that you need to be paying. And your employee deducts your tax and your national insurance, which covers the healthcare in the UK, and your pension. So the national insurance is around about 10% of your salary. After the first £12,000, you earn £12,000 tax-free. After that, you pay 20% tax on the rest, unless you're in a higher tax bracket, but regular people will pay 20% tax on the rest after 12,000 a year, and then around 9-point-something% national insurance, which goes towards your state pension and your healthcare. So they deduct, your employer deducts all of that out of your salary and sends it to them for you, and you never have to file a tax return because they deduct the exact amount. If for any reason you had then a period out of work in the same tax year, and then when you start a new job, you would automatically get a tax refund into your salary. So you never ever deal with the tax people, the Inland Revenue, or any of these kind of people in the UK. You just don't ever deal with it. So you don't ever have to worry about it. You don't ever have to fill out any form. You pay the exact amount you're supposed to be paying exactly every single month out of your salary. So the next thing I'm gonna say is back onto the roads again, and it's the stop signs. So here we're coming up to a stop sign here now. Which kind of one is this? This is just a regular stop sign. So we have to stop, and whoever arrives at the stop sign first from the 4 directions goes first. So the guy to my left will stop before me. This white car pulling out goes before me. Now it's my turn. If there was cars at the other places, they would have to wait while I pull out. So you just go in the order what you arrived to the stop sign. So we're going to stop at another one here. There is nobody else at the other junction, so of course I'm the first one. Yeah, so 4-way intersection, as they call it here. We call it a junction in the UK. 4-way junction.
At the next light, turn right.
You stop and you proceed in order of who arrived first, and in that, all of you in that order. And yeah, as you notice, they call
at the light, turn right onto Jackson Street.
They call the traffic lights light, not lights, plural. Like we call them lights because there's 3 of them. Red, amber, green. They call it traffic light because they see it as singular because it's one unit. So yeah, both technically can be right. It's a traffic light because it's a box
At the next light,
with
turn
lights
left.
in it. And I don't know who would be right or wrong on that. It's like we say maths and Americans say math. I think
At the light, turn left onto Main Street.
I think the UK abbreviation is the correct one, maths, because it's short for mathematics, which is plural. You don't say mathematic, do you? You say, everybody says mathematics when you use the full word. So why don't American abbreviate it to math instead of maths? I don't know. But they say we sound weird saying maths, and of course we say they sound weird saying math. Math just sounds like a strange word. So yeah, I'm driving very slowly around here because all of this whole area is there's a lot of schools around here, so the speed limit is really low, like 25 miles an hour. And as you see these yellow signs everywhere, I don't know if my camera is grabbing that or not, but they're showing that there's a lot of pedestrians, school children and things around. Although at this time of day we're not going to see it because it is 12:30 now, so there's no kids coming in or out of school at the moment. Yeah, and other differences you notice quite a lot is, although we all speak English, American English is so different to British English. Not just the accent. And that's funny because most Americans cannot get the British accent. The amount of times people ask me, are you Australian? What part of Australia are you from? I mean, that happens way more often than somebody asks me if I'm British. So they obviously notice the accent straight away, just like we notice an American accent straight away. And then the funny thing is Americans think they don't have an accent. It's so funny. We don't have an accent. And it's like, you have an American accent. But they don't think they do. They think everybody else has an accent and they're the only ones that don't. Well, of course they have hundreds of accents inside America alone. It's not just one American accent. I mean, you would say they've got an American accent if you're foreign, but Americans to each other, they know they have different accents. I mean, there's broadly different ones, like the northeastern accent where I'm from, say north of New York. New York accent is slightly different. It's got like an Italianified twang to it. And once you go north, the rest of northeast around the New England area is very similar to me until you get to Boston. Boston has got a bit of a different accent. But of course, once you get into the central part of the United States, the Midwest or the deep South, Alabama, these kind of places got completely different accent. But yeah, so not just the accent that's different, it's obviously words. We have the common differences that everybody knows, like trash and garbage, where we call it rubbish, and diaper, what we call nappy. But there's so many, hundreds and hundreds of different words. But there are also funny ones as well, which mean different things. So I'm going to do a different video on that, because I think that's a whole video on its own, where the differences in words and funny things. But I'm pulling up to the...
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Northridge Drive.
As you actually hear my sat-nav say, I'm in a quarter of a mile, turn right, and that is the road where Walmart is in. So, and on differences in grocery stores, they call them grocery stores here rather than supermarkets. I mean, if you say supermarket, of course they know what it means, but...
At the light, turn right onto Northridge Drive. Then you'll take your first left into the parking lot.
But Americans themselves don't really use the word supermarket. They just say grocery store, or the store, or they'll just name it, like Walmart, just like you would say.
Turn left into the parking lot.
Just like you would say, I'm going to Tesco. They will say, I'm going to Walmart, or I'm going to Target, or I'm going to Big Y. So there's different classes of ones here. Walmart is basically like your Tesco. Big Y is more upper class, like, I guess, Waitrose or something like that. So yeah, couple of differences there for you guys today on my drive to Walmart. That is the tax system, basically. Massive difference, and way better in the UK. And the little differences there. So yeah, quite a short video today, but as I say, I've got lots of videos planned coming up with different topics, depending on how much
Your
interest.
destination is on the left.
Thank you on there. Yeah, depending on how much interest there is in stuff. So hope you enjoyed this short video today, and I'll be back with another one soon. Please subscribe to make sure you get it.